Now, General Electric is holding talks about ultimately selling its entire stake in NBC Universal as part of its deal with Comcast. Comcast would initially own more than 50% of NBCU, but GE would retain the option to sell its minority stake at intervals of 3.5 years and 7 years. That's according to a person familiar with the discussion. A deal is still pretty far off, but that hasn't stopped investors from trying to figure out whether embattled NBCU boss Jeffrey Zucker has the inside track to keep the top job. That's if the entertainment giant does end up a part of Comcast. Our own Greg Miles talked to investors to get the full scouting report on Zucker and what they have to say.
Yeah, the big question really is this guy going to survive long term? And investors do say that Comcast will likely keep the 44-year-old Jeff Zucker as chief of the new venture, not because of his track record, but because Zucker will be the only game in town, the only top-level executive who understands network TV, and also because Comcast doesn't want to rattle its already anxious shareholders.
You don't want to rock the boat any more than it's already rocking, and this boat's rocking pretty heavily right now. They've replaced the management at Universal Studios. NBC has a very significant change in business strategy with Leno. They're upping their ante in sports. So I think changes of management here don't make a whole lot of sense over what I would call the intermediate term.
And investors say that Zucker comes with significant negatives. His Universal Film Studio is lagging, and during his tenure as president of NBC and then chief of NBCU, the network's ratings have plunged. Critics also say the switch of the Jay Leno show to a new hour may turn out to be disastrous.
Well, NBC was #1 when he came in. They were on top of the heap, and they're now #4. So you can't say that as a programmer he's been exactly successful. He rolled the dice with the Leno, which was essentially a cost-cutting, containment maneuver meant to revolutionize broadcasting, but it's got no benefit, no upside, and NBC in the long run is going to really pay a price.
The question is whether Comcast will give Zucker enough time to build on his few but important successes. That includes boosting ratings at the cable TV businesses, acquiring Weather Channel, and engineering a successful Beijing Olympics. If Zucker does get the job, investors say he will have as little as 18 months to show his magic or face an ugly departure.
18 months, not a lot of time. And of course, investors will want to keep an eye on this because General Electric will be reporting earnings on Friday morning.
That's right. They still can have a minority stake for several years, so Zucker is going to have to help him out then, too.
All right. Thank you so much. Our own Greg Miles on set with us on GE and NBC Universal.